Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Welcome to No Offseason Media, everyone. My name is Amari Sports, and today I'm coming back at it again with a Week 9 predictions on how I feel these games are going to go through the slate. So let's get it started. Thursday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. The Eagles in this spot are a 13.5-point favorite on the road in Houston. I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game in the cover. I think Philadelphia is a better team, in my opinion. And also, the Houston Texans are probably one of the worst teams in the league, and this is the reason why I just like Philadelphia. I see a lot of bettors probably taking Houston in this spot, and I would like to take the side of Houston because both teams are going off short weeks. But I just feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are the better team in this matchup, and also the Houston Texans can't stop the run defensively. So I'm taking the Eagles to win this game and the cover against the Houston Texans. Eagles win 30-13 over Houston. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons. The Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite on the road against the Falcons, and in this one, I'm going with the Chargers to win this game in the cover. The Chargers are coming off their bye week. Keenan Allen is slated to come back, but what makes me kind of worrisome about this game, because I was on the side of the Falcons, is that the Falcons are good when it comes to running the football, and the Chargers are very awful when it comes to stopping the run. But I think the Chargers really needed that bye week after losing to Seattle the week prior from that bye week happening. And now this is just Justin Herbert show. If they lose this game, somebody is getting fired, in my opinion, and I think it will be Joe Staley. But in this one, I'm taking the healthy Chargers coming back off their bye week to go into Atlanta and win this ball game. Chargers win 28-23 over Atlanta. The Miami Dolphins at the Chicago Bears. The Dolphins are a 5-point favorite on the road against the Chicago Bears. And in this one, I'm going with the Bears to cover this game. 5 of the points is way too much to give to a Dolphins team that I don't even know what's going to happen. Yes, I understand that they have Bradley Chubb that they got by a trade from Denver Broncos. But the Dolphins, they are a warm weather team going to a cold weather city in Chicago, and it's going to be wet and rainy in this game. And I just think that Justin Fields is on a whole nother level. We saw it against New England and the Dallas Cowboys. Despite the Dallas Cowboys blowing the Chicago Bears out, you saw a little bit of resiliency from the Bears offense, and the Bears just acquired Chase Claypool. So I really like the Chicago Bears to cover this game, but I like the Dolphins. The Dolphins last week had to go through third down conversions, 3rd and 10, and they were able to win that ball game against Detroit. Detroit should have beaten the Dolphins last week, but the Dolphins got lucky. So in this one, I like the Dolphins to win this game, and I like the Bears to cover. I like the Dolphins to win 30-27 over the Bears. The Carolina Panthers at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are a 7.5-point favorite at home against the Panthers, and in this one I'm going with Carolina and the 7.5 points, but I think the Bengals win this game outright. Number one is that Carolina has struggled with teams throwing it over the top, and the thing about with the Bengals that they're missing Jamar Chase, and I understand they got number one wide receivers in Tyler Boyd and in T. Higgins, but their corners can match up with those receivers for the Cincinnati Bengals. So what has really been Carolina's downfall is when the team runs the ball and does a lot of play action passes, and that's not what the Cincinnati Bengals are. So I really like the Panthers in the spot. If the Panthers want to win this game, all they have to do is be conservative and not really turn the ball over PJ Walker, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen in this ball game. I really like the Bengals to win this game and to defeat the Carolina Panthers, but I think the Panthers will cover the 7.5-point spread. Give me Cincinnati to win 23-21 over the Carolina Panthers in the Queen City. NFC North matchup, we got the Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions. The Green Bay Packers are a 4-point favorite on the road in Motown against the Detroit Lions, and this one I'm going with the Packers to win this game in the cover. The Packers are coming off covering the spread against the Buffalo Bills, but the Detroit Lions defense is like bottom third in the league, and this is another reason why I like the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, pretty much in his career, has owned the Lions. If he's not owning the Bears, he's definitely owning Detroit. So I just really like the Packers in this matchup. Detroit can't stop the run. Neither can the Packers in this matchup. And a lot of bettors are really taking the Detroit Lions to potentially win this game. I don't necessarily see that happening. Jared Goff in his career hasn't really failed well against the Packers. I really like the Packers to win this game and to cover it. Packers haven't won a game in 4 weeks, so give me Green Bay to win this game and to cover against the Detroit Lions. Green Bay wins 27-20 over the Lions. We have the Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots. The Patriots are a 5.5-point favorite at home against Indianapolis, and this one I'm going to Patriots to win this game and to cover. I think the Patriots are a better team than the Indianapolis Colts. What makes me worry about with this game is that can Mac Jones stop turning over the football? But if they can just run the football down the Colts' throats, who the Colts have struggled against last week against the Washington Commanders, I think the Patriots will win this game in a cover. But this is another reason why I like New England is because with Bill Belichick as their head coach, they always know how to get to first or second year quarterbacks that are not pretty much mobile, not overtly mobile, and pretty much can move the chains like a Lamar at the time back in 2019, or Justin Fields as they faced this year, or even Russell Wilson had they played a handful of times. So I really like the Patriots to win this game and to cover against Indianapolis. The public is all over the Colts and the points. I'm going with New England and the defensive scheme of Belichick to keep this Colts offense, who has been struggling over the past couple of weeks. So give me the Patriots to win this game and to cover this 5.5-point spread. Patriots win 24-17. We have an AFC East matchup. We have the Buffalo Bills against the New York Jets, and Buffalo is a 12.5-point favorite against the Jets. And in this one, I'm going with Buffalo to win this game in a cover. I think Buffalo Bills is probably even the first or second best team in the AFC, and the Jets have pretty much been falling off a cliff since this Breece Hall injury has pretty much happened. So the Jets are struggling offensively. Zach Wilson wasn't able to do anything against New England Patriots defense, and now he's playing against a Buffalo Bills defense that's way better than New England, and a Buffalo Bills offense that was way better than their counterpart in New England Patriots last week. So I really like the Buffalo Bills to steamroll this Jets team. And also the Bills did not cover the spread last week, and Josh Allen looked pretty much bad by throwing 2 interceptions last game and only scored 3 points in the second half. So I really like Buffalo in this spot. I like the Bills to win this game and to cover against the New York Jets. Buffalo wins, let's say 31-10 in a massive blowout of the week. Give me Buffalo big in this matchup. We have the Minnesota Vikings traveling to play the Washington Commanders, and the Washington Commanders are a 3.5-point underdog at home, and I'm going with Washington Commanders to upset and win this game against the Minnesota Vikings. Number one is this is Kirk Cousins' first game coming back home since the team he got drafted by. Yes, he has played against his former team back in 2019, but he officially comes back home. And this one, the Vikings are just bound to lose the game at this point. Could they be looking ahead of this game? And because the next game of the schedule is against the Buffalo Bills, could they be overlooking the Washington Commanders? Yes and no, but we have to realize is with the Washington Commanders, they are so much of a better team offensively. When they inserted Taylor Heineke about a couple weeks ago due to Carson Wentz having an injury. And in this one, I think them going against the Minnesota Vikings, who only won a handful of one-score games, whether that was against the Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears, the New Orleans Saints, and the Arizona Cardinals last week. So I really like the Washington Commanders to keep this game close, but I'm going to go out and say that if this is going to be an upset, give me the Washington Commanders to win this game against the Minnesota Vikings. Washington wins 26-20. We have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Las Vegas Raiders are a 1.5-point favorite on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'm going to probably be on an island this one. I'm taking the Raiders to win this game and to cover in Jacksonville. Do not take the Jags in this spot. After losing that game against the New Orleans Saints, the Raiders stayed on the East Coast. Normally what teams do if they have double back-to-back East Coast games, they normally stay East Coast, not so much with the Raiders in previous time, but now with Josh McDaniels as the head coach, they're actually staying East Coast. But what makes me skeptical about taking the Raiders is only because of Derek Carr, how the way he plays in these Eastern time zone games around 10 o'clock, which is Pacific Standard Time, and 1 o'clock out there. I'm going to go with the Raiders to win this game in the cover against Jacksonville Jaguars. And also, let's think about this. Could be a revenge spot for the Raiders because the Raiders, their last game in Oakland, down there at the Coliseum, they lost to the Jaguars back in 2019 to close out their year at the Coliseum. So I'm going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders to win this game and to cover against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the Raiders to win 26-23 over Jacksonville. We had the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals NFC West matchup. And in this one, the Cardinals are favored by 2 points against the Seattle Seahawks. The public is all over the Seattle Seahawks with the points. Go in the other direction and take the Cardinals. The Cardinals are the play here. The Cardinals are a much better team when facing Seattle, whether it's on the road or at home. But the last time the Seahawks played the Arizona Cardinals offensively did not have DeAndre Hopkins. This time they will. So the Cardinals offense is going to get more into groove and start pushing the ball down the field. And also with the Cardinals, this is pretty much their season. If they drop down to 3-6, I think the season's over. Okay, so I like the Cardinals to win this game. And the Seahawks, they got nothing to lose. They're playing with house money at this point. Geno Smith is doing higher than expectations. Kenneth Walker, their rookie running back, is doing higher than expectations. Even their defense is playing higher than expectations. So I like the Cardinals to win this game, and I think their backs are against the wall. They have to win and keep in pace in this NFC West. Give me the Cardinals to win 28-24 over the Seattle Seahawks. We have a rematch from the NFC divisional round game, the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a 3-point favorite at home against the Rams, and I'm taking Tampa Bay to win this game in the cover. I think Tampa is going to have to eventually get back into the NFC South race, and I think eventually that Tampa is actually the better team in this matchup. The quarterback play is better in Tampa Bay, but the offensive lines for both teams are actually pretty bad. But I think Tampa Bay is better because they have wide receivers, but they keep dropping the ball. But the Rams, they have actually a lot of talent there, don't get me wrong, but Cooper Kupp is day-to-day, who actually pretty much played phenomenally against the Buccaneers last time they played in that divisional NFC round game. But in this one, I'm just going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game in a cover. I think Tampa is a better team here. The Rams have always had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers number in recent years with Tom Brady at the helm. Just give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game in a cover. I like Tampa to win this game 24-20 over the Rams. Tennessee Titans at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are a 12.5-point favorite at home in Arrowhead against the Tennessee Titans. And this one, I'm going the Titans to cover this game, but I like Kansas City to win this game outright. You don't, as you know, you always take Andy Reid off a bye. But since Andy Reid has Patrick Mahomes on his roster, and even just dating back to 2018, the Chiefs uncovering the spread is 4-4. So something's going to have to give here. And I know that Andy Reid plays well and phenomenal off of a bye week, so that's why I'm taking Kansas City on the outright in these points. But I think 12.5 points is way too much for a Chiefs team who struggles against the Tennessee Titans for the past couple of years. Whether I was in Nashville or it was in Kansas City, I still like this Titans team to go into Arrowhead, which they haven't won there since 2016. I think the Chiefs will win this game, but I think the Titans will keep this game close. Give me Kansas City to win this game and not cover the spread. Kansas City wins 31-23 over the Titans. Last but not least, we have the Baltimore Ravens against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a 2.5-point underdog at home against the Ravens. And this one, I'm taking the Saints to win this game and to upset the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have no Rashad Bateman at wide receiver. We have seen Lamar, whenever Rashad Bateman is not on the field, he continually struggles. And in this one, the Ravens are a run-heavy team. What do the Saints do well defensively? They love to stop the run. And I know that Lamar, he's a great piece for the Ravens, and he's a once-in-a-generational talent. Yes, I understand that. But my thing is that the Saints defense will step up in this game and contain Lamar and do whatever they need to do to come out with this win. It's very loud down there in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and I'm just going to go ahead and just take the Saints to win this game and to cover and upset the Baltimore Ravens. So give me the Saints to win this game and upset Baltimore. New Orleans wins 26-24. And that is all for my spread picks and my predictions for week 9. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell, and it'll notify you whenever I post new content. But anyways, this is Amari Sports signing off. Stay safe out there. Happy betting. Peace.